If you're building something and it feels like it's just not working, this video is for you. And I want to talk about my personal experience with going through the same thing, because I'm going through the same thing again right now. But I've been able to see through it in the past, and that's why I want to share my experience with you and why you should keep going on the thing that you're going after, even if it's not working. Right now, I'm on day 24 of posting a video every single day on YouTube. And to be honest with you, it just does not feel like it's going super well. It's not that I haven't been seeing growth in the subscribers or I haven't been learning new things. It's just one of those days that's just been really, really hard. And between life, between training for a half marathon, between my lack of sleep and my sleep schedule, my other clients, today's just been a really hard day. And I really, really didn't want to make this video today. But I am, because this is something that I've experienced in the past. And I've been able to see the other side, and I've been able to see how it's helped me in my business. And so I know that I'm going to have the same experience when building my YouTube channel and when trying to learn how to build a YouTube channel successfully. So I wanted to share that with you guys who are either building a business, starting a YouTube channel, trying to build a personal brand on Instagram, whatever it is. The principle applies to everything, even just a skill set like learning the piano. So essentially, what I wanted to talk mainly about in this video was a principle that's called the dip. And that phrase was coined by an author named Seth Godin, who wrote a book called The Dip. And I didn't even find this book until after I experienced it myself. But it speaks exactly to what I'm experiencing right now, and probably what you're experiencing if you're watching this video, which is that you have this idea, you have this dream, or you have this vision of what your life could be like, and you get really, really excited about it. Your whole life changes because of it. And maybe not the day to day, but inside your mind, you wake up happier, you're more excited about tomorrow, you're more excited about the weekend ending so you can start on a Monday again and get after your goals. Everything just feels more exciting. But then after you've been doing the thing for a while, for some people it might be a couple of months, even a couple of years. And for other people, it might just be a few days. And for me, I'm closer to that few days because I've been making a YouTube video every day. The dip essentially talks about how you find something that you're really excited about, and then you go up a little bit, you start to get closer to your goal, and then it feels like you drop off a total cliff. Then you start asking yourself, why did I even start doing this? You start second guessing everything you're doing, and then all of the work that you put in has now gone out the window, and then you look for something else. And this is called the dip because the dip is what happens right before you actually start seeing real growth. And again, just like it might take a while to get into the dip, it might take a while to get out of the dip. But it's true in everything that you'll get out of the dip no matter what if you stay consistent and if you keep going after that thing. So for me, when I first experienced this, I had been doing photo and video for, I want to say like 5 or 6 years. And I had been doing it professionally for 2 years. But it wasn't really until the second year that my clients started picking up and I started to become really overwhelmed with everything, with the editing, with the shooting. I just felt like my workload was way too much. See, this is what I'm talking about. Even in the middle of this, my light bar just barely died. And so now I'm not getting the lighting that I want, and that's totally fine. And normally I'd probably plug it in and try to get the lighting back up. But this just speaks to the day that I'm having and being in the dip. This is what it's like. Things just don't go the way that you expect them to, and you have to keep rolling. I don't even remember where I was at. So I think what I was saying is my experience, the first time I experienced this was I just started to feel burned out. And I remember telling my cousin, like, dude, I don't want to edit ever again. Like, I don't want to edit any videos. I don't want to make any videos. Like, I'm just done. And I really did feel done. And I had a couple of client projects that I was currently working on at that time. And I just, honestly, I think I ended up losing all of the clients that I had. And they weren't like big retainers, but they were clients that were giving me consistent work over the months. And so it was a big deal. But I was so burned out that I just kind of was just done. Like, I would get the projects done, but instead of taking me, a couple of days, it would take me 2 weeks or a month or 2 months even on one of my projects. And it wasn't even like I didn't like the clients I was working with. In fact, this one project that took me 2 months to turn around, it was the dream client, and it was one of my first clients. So for me to blow it with one of my first clients, who also happens to be a dream client, was really speaking to how bad I was in this dip. I've always been into supercars, and you've probably known that if you've seen some of my videos in the past. But literally my first client was a company who had multiple supercars who would pay me to go shoot them. And I don't know what better of a client I could ask for. But long story short, it took me a long time to turn that around. I lost them. And then luckily, a couple of months later, I had a client who was like, hey, this is what I want. I want multiple reels a month. And it's the exact same style that you already do. You don't even have to do what I'm trying to do. And so we just worked really, really well together. And luckily, it was just the right amount of money, just the right amount of time. Everything just lined up perfectly to where I was able to get out of that rut. And it still took probably working with that client 6 months or so. I guess what I'm trying to say here is if it weren't for that client, I would never have experienced getting to the other side of the dip because I didn't understand the principle. But now I do. And I'm feeling that right now. I'm in the dip right now and I'm struggling and I don't want to keep going and I don't want to keep making YouTube videos and I don't want to see what's on the other side. And I saw everything and I know every reason that I wanted to start. And honestly, I don't really care. That's what the dip is. It's not just being in this place where you're not good at it or you don't have enough energy, but you still want it or any of that. Being in the dip means you are at the low. You are at the high before you wanted to do it. You were putting in the effort and now you don't even remember why you wanted to do it. You just know that you did at some point and now you don't really care. So that's the day that I'm having, and that's kind of like where I'm at right now in my YouTube journey. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because I want you to know that I'm still going to be going forward every single day. And I know that it might not be tomorrow or the next day or in 10 days or in 20 days or may not even be at the end of this series that I get out of the dip. It might take a year or 2 years. But whatever it is, I just want you to know that I'm committed to YouTube, figuring out YouTube and figuring out what I want to do and who I want to serve on YouTube. And until then, I'm just going to keep rolling. And even after that, I'm going to keep rolling. But the only reason I have the ability to do that, the strength to do that, and the commitment to do that is because I've done it in the past. And honestly, now that I'm saying it, now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't even this client that got me back on track. I remember having this conversation with my cousin and telling him where I was at. And then I made a commitment to make a video every single day for 3 months so that I could get out of the rut. So I could teach myself that editing wasn't the end of the world. And I ended up making a video every day for 4 months. And then in that time, I got that client, and that was in January. So by the end of the year, I had that client and I had him for a whole year. And between them and a few of my other clients, them being my biggest, I was able to do my first 6-figure year. So I just want to say that, not to flex, not to say that I did it, because honestly, I'm not doing it right now. I'm not making 6 figures right now because I'm putting all my time and effort into YouTube. And then where I'm not putting my time and effort here, it's just making enough to pay the bills. So I don't by any means want you to think that I'm trying to get on here and tell you that I'm just crushing it right now financially. But I do want you to know that I've been there and I've experienced it. And it's a real thing that happens for every single person who gets into anything, whether it's athletics or business or YouTube or whatever it is. Everyone is always going to experience the dip. And that's where I'm at right now. And if you are there right now, I just want to tell you from personal experience and being somebody who's in the dip with you right now, that you will get out of it. And I know I will get out of it. And it's not easy. Like right now, I'm showing up on camera and I look fine. But earlier today, I was not having a good day at all. Like it's 11:41 p.m. right now. It is the last minute that I could be making this video and getting it up today. And even then, it still probably won't be for a couple of hours till 2 or 3 a.m. But ultimately, the point is, it's okay if you're struggling. That doesn't mean that you're not cut out for this. And it's okay if you're not feeling as excited as you were. That doesn't mean that you won't be as excited down the road. It just means that you are in the dip right now. And if you just keep working through that, you'll be able to get to the top of that and you'll be able to see through the dreams that you initially had with all the excitement that you were hoping would come with it. And even though right now it doesn't feel like that, I just want to give you courage to go out and keep going after that thing. Because I believe, especially with all of the opportunity in today's world, that you can have whatever you want. So take your values, take your morals, take your dreams, put them all into one. Don't compromise on anything. Go after that thing. And I know in a lot of ways this isn't as actionable as a lot of my videos have been in the past, but I just wanted to get on here and get real with you for a second because I just don't care if this video does well right now. More than anything, I just want to talk to those of you who have subscribed and who have been there for me because I know that you guys have just been following along to see where I go. I know that like I've been figuring my stuff out, and you guys have just been here to support me in that, and that's huge. So I feel like I owed it to you to let you know where I'm at and let you know that it may not be as good as it looks and that I'm figuring this stuff out and it's hard. But I know that I can do it, and I know that you can too in whatever you're trying to do. So again, whether you're doing something and you're in the dip, keep going. And if you haven't started something and you're excited about it, know that this will come, and that's okay. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll get into the dip, which means the sooner you'll get out of the dip. So ultimately, the lesson here is just keep going after your goals. At any stage that you're at, keep going after it, and everything's going to work out. And I'm right here with you in the trenches, figuring things out with you. And from a place of humility, from a place of not making 100K, from a place of just figuring things out every single day, month to month, all I can say is we got this. So thank you for being here. If you've watched a couple of my videos in the past, or if this is the first video that you're coming upon and it's been helpful, please subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. This one, I think we're at about 432 today, and I'm so thankful for that. And I know that a lot of you guys don't know me. So for you to show up and to be here and to support, even though you don't know if I'm gonna come through or not, means the world to me. And for you to be some of the day oneers, I hope that there's a day where I can pay you guys back big. Whether it's doing some exclusive merch drop that I just, send you guys out the nicest products in the world at cost or even for free. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I really hope in the future I can do something special for you guys, because I feel like what you guys are doing for me, supporting me in this stage, is special, and it's amazing, and I appreciate it. So anyways, just a little bit of a rant, but also a little bit of a teaching in there. Hope it was fun. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.